Ordered me the 4-inch or 100mm rise for my Ender 3. Came in the mail in this nice box from Amazon, about 35 bucks US. Gonna install it. You have to have Marlin at the current time of me making this video. They're doing a lot of updates recently. Seems like pretty soon you may not even have to use Marlin. He'll download straight off Creality. This is going on a standard Ender 3. There is the Ender 3 Pro and the 5th that I think this fits on, but we're just going to do it on the standard Ender 3. I'm not really going to show you much of the software part. I haven't really figured that totally out myself. That's why I don't have the L-Touch yet. But yeah, if you don't know how to do Marlin, just give up. Or watch a few other YouTubers. Comes in a really nice box. It actually says Creality on it, and I did not think it came from them. So you'd think it would come with nice software in it. Basically a little SD card that would help you install it right in, but we're not really going to get that, are we? I have a QR code that takes you probably to their Facebook. There it comes with wrenches, hex head, a new top for that. That's nice. I love the casing. They could have put a space in between so them didn't bang up. There's the 2 holes pre-drilled for your power supply. Now the reason I bought this instead of just going and buying this regular is it's already pre-cut. It already has the holes in it. It already has these threaded for me. So they do all the work for me. For 35 bucks, I'd probably have about 25 just in the parts. Again, they're pre-done. They feel just as strong as before. They're already painted black instead of the white. Has the 2 screws on the end, pre-threaded. First layer, premium. Yeah, it just takes you to their Facebook. Kind of worthless. And then there's the longer Z-axis. Very cool to spin it. Doesn't have any grease on it. That's kind of nice because then I can finicky it around without having any problems. That's all that's in the box. Hopefully you guys stay tuned for the... Here we go. This is my Ender 3. Here's my little toolkit that it came with everything. I'm not going to take anything off of mine. I'm just going to take it straight off of its last print, which was a couple minutes ago. And it did cool down. I just touched it to make sure it didn't burn me. We're going to tear it down and put on the kit we just opened. If you guys didn't watch the box opening on this, this is the kit to add 4 inches or 100 millimeters to it. Who knows? I'm not foreign. It's 4 inches. They give you some tools with it. See how easy it is. I do like that I ordered this and it didn't say it was from Creality, and it comes in and it's from them. No instructions, no nothing. Just a thing that says, hey, check out our Facebook page. If you guys didn't watch the unboxing video. So they give us 2 simple bars that are already pre-drilled, pre-painted, perfect length. They're just as strong as the original from what I can feel. We're going to put them out right now so I don't get too much dust on the stick, or the gear. And we're going to tear this sucker apart. So we got, should be pretty simple. Take off my stuff. That's just a slide-on attachment to hold that. Opening their tools now. Give me a second. Let's see if I can make it a little bit lighter in here. Okay. I'm going to try to use just the tools they provided. My tools are over here, so if you see me reach down there, I was getting tools that they did not provide. Take off this top. 2 screws here. Going to be putting the top right back on. So I got my cable running through here. I just put this direct drive on, and I haven't really figured out if I like it or not. So the wires for that are kind of all jiggity janks, ran through this all funky, so they don't get caught on anything. take them off, and I'm going to pull off the extruder bar. It just comes off. I'm going to put it to the side because that's got to go back on. I'm going to pull this off right off the top, nice and slow, because if you go too fast, this actually provides power and will light your board up down here. I don't even know if you can see my board. The board down here, you don't want it doing that. Don't want it doing that. That could be bad. Okay, it's not wanting to release. I bet it's because this maxed out. I probably got to take that off, don't I? I thought you just pull this right off. Oh, yeah, you do. And I don't know if you guys seen it. I pulled it too quick and that board lit up. That's not a good thing to be doing. Gonna put that to the side. Don't need it right now. I'm gonna pull off all my, I don't know if I could save these or not. I am gonna use a screwdriver. It's not something you guys may need, but I kinda like my trim. Not the most awesome trim, but you know what? I can do that on a later day. I'm going to pull some of them out so I can get to these screws for the PCU a little bit easier. Okay. Then over here I have the access for the bottom. And it looks like they're not going to give me the right Allen wrenches, so I'm going to have to use one from the kit. Of course I grabbed the wrong one. Can't see that from there. So to pull this off, you're going to need your original kit with all those bolts to it. There we go. That slides up and down. Once these come up, that'll slide right off, no problem. Let's take off the power supply. Just two simple bolts. Now, if you guys are not familiar with Marlin, how to edit the code and all that, don't even attempt this. Go watch YouTube videos. Understand Marlin and how to edit your software before you even buy this kit, because at the time of me making this part of the video, which is part one, putting it together, I don't even know how to do the Marlin. Yeah, that was great. I don't know how to do the Marlin part yet, which you need to use to tell the software, hey, we are needing to go to 350 millimeters, whatever it is, instead of the standard. Okay, all that stuff's going to fall out. Let's just take it all off. All my extra tips and stuff I don't use. Just don't want something falling out into one of the gears, the belt. There we go. Should have done that right away if I didn't. Okay. If you want to know, this is my GoPro. You're actually on the GoPro I'm using right now. It's on a tripod, but normally it's on this and it mounts there and gets a good side view, I guess. Now there's two bolts right here. You see it? Let's adjust you guys just a little bit. There's two right here, two right here. I'm going to pop one side off at a time, so kind of nice you don't have to tear the whole thing apart to get this part done. I don't know if anybody watched my assembly video when I first got the Ender 3, but it was a total disaster. Them are my little pieces for beauty. And there you go. You're going to want to replace it with the same one that has the two holes faced the same way. Here it is I'll move the camera for you guys. There they are. That's the difference. They're in a line right there. This one has the hole on the side. Looks like they're in the same exact spot. And a lot of people are bitching at me saying, hey, why don't you just go buy this stuff and make it yourself? This is already black. It already has the two holes in the exact spot they need to be. It already is pre-tapped, so I don't have to do anything. All I have to do is put this together. And for 35 bucks, that doesn't bug me too much. I would have rather paid $35 and got instructions or the software for it. It'd be nice if you told it what motherboard you have and it just shipped you the software right on an SD card. Because now they're making it so you just flash your thing with an SD card every time. And tighten them down, not too snug, it's aluminum, it's not metal. Not steel, I mean. A little bit stronger than plastic, I guess. Okay, and there we go. It's a lot taller. Look at that. Can't lower you guys much further because I ain't doing all that work. Okay. So this one's going to be a little bit trickier because we have the Z-axis up and down motor, and at the current time, I don't really know what it's mounted to. Flip it on its side. I think the Z-axis may be mounted to what we're taking off. Yeah, I'm just reaching up here and pulling off that. I'm going to unplug the Z-axis motor. And there we have it. It's just all dusty and all crappy. Notice there's grease on that. There's no grease on the new one. Let's put the new one right next to it. If it's any longer. I've definitely seen that it's thinner. Like how thick it is. It's a lot thinner. I don't really care for that. Yeah, it's definitely taller. I think you guys can see that. Yep. So that's good. Going to take out the pieces here, transfer it over. I have to have this one look just like that one. Oh, it's got to pull my things off. I did not know there were screws through there. Scratch is very easy. So I got screws coming through there from right through there. And again, they gave us these two screwdrivers. They gave us these two. And will they work on this? No. So you need your original equipment again. Another one out of my little toolbox from the assembly. Let me get it out. Right. And they're good. Love that sound of the little pop it makes. Right. I think you guys can. No, you can't. Sorry about that. There, it falls right off. I hope you guys can see what I'm doing this time. I'll put that one to the side. Screw it right into this one. Looks like it can be screwed in either way. As soon as I put it on there, it wanted to go in. Good. This one's just a plug and play. People that want to go out and save 20 bucks, you go save that 20 bucks. Okay, that's on there nice and tight. As you can see, there's a lot of gap right there. I'm going to have to put on the other bar. And somehow I bent my screwdriver. Darn it. We're going to turn this. Again, I got the two tools that it came with. Actually, this is the one that it came with. I think it's going to work. No. So, the conclusion is you need your original kit, even though they ship you some tools with it. The bar should pull right out now. Yep, pulled right out. I'm going to put that one next to the new one. And there's a definitely thinner. This one is super thin, but they give you a new top end. Where's the original? The original is on the extruder top. Great. I'm gonna see if that screws into there real quick. It does. So it's the same size. It's just an illusion. Just a bit longer, which is what we need. We may not have to put this one on there if it's the same size. I'll put this to the side because it's all greasy. Let's slide this in. It does not have a spot for a set screw, but make sure once you put it in, you leave it like that because the set screw could damage the threads. Make sure it's bottoming out there like I can hear. Tighten it back down. I don't know if this is a crimp style or if it's a style that pushes itself against the threads. Does a good job. There we go. Doesn't want to come out. Wants to spin. There we go. Now we're just going to remount it just how we took it off. That's a little bit later in the show. We got the, I don't have BL Touch. This may look a little bit different with if you have BL Touch because I haven't added BL Touch. I haven't really got acquainted with Marlin yet. So, I know there's different ways of doing it now. I'm going to slide that up. I know I can slide it on a weird way later, but slide on now. And there's a little latch right there that goes clear down against it after you've got it together. But I need to put the black screws to the bottom and thread them in. There we go. Got them both threaded. Pulled down nice and tight. Now if you're buying all this separate and you're going to drill your own holes and all that, you got to make sure everything's nice and straight. Another thing where you guys just have fun doing that. Okay, you got to turn these a little bit to make sure them things turn sideways. I don't know how I'm going to get that on the film, but they're a T-nut, and if they go straight up and down, it pulls off just like that. You need them things to spin sideways in there. If I can get one to spin sideways, I'm normally happy. I just fidget with them until I can't feel this thing pull back. There, I got one. Whew, I got that one to spin. I don't really see this needing both of them to spin that way, but I get them both to spin that way. There we go. If you think you did it wrong and you pull on this and it falls off, you did it wrong. Now, tighten them down a little bit. Don't tighten too tight because it's plastic. Make sure it don't move. Make sure that was pushed all the way down, or you're going to have a weird drop all the way when it comes down all the way. Plug it in the Z-axis motor again, which comes up as, should be a Z on there. Yep, Z on the little tags they give you. Now I got to put the top back on. Get a little bit taller now. I'm going to put you guys in the sky. Okay, so here's Here's me throwing that across the room. Here's the new one. I'm not too worried about it because it's brand new. If the old one screws on there, that's pretty cool. I don't know if you guys can see. Oh, great. Now I gotta take the whole thing back off. I don't know if you guys can see that. It went down by itself. Okay. That was cool, but so not worth it. Watch, I'll show you guys a little bit. See, it goes down by itself. That's good. Don't use WD-40 if you're greasing this. WD-40 is a penetrating lube to free something up. It's not a lube that's going to stay on there. Regular oil isn't the same thing. You kind of need like a grease, a gel grease. So I'm going to put this on, and if it goes on there, screws itself on there, I'm going to leave it, the original on there. Because if I ever strip that out, the original from Creality, I will, I'll have an extra now. So you're going to have to line all these wheels up. Hopefully you guys can see all that. Oh, it's going on easy peasy. I'm going to put that in there. Oh, I screwed it with my hand and screwed right on. It wants to go down by itself. Maybe a bit heavy because I got a direct drive on there. Lifting it up doesn't feel like it takes that much power. And there it goes. It almost could go down by itself, but I don't know if you guys just seen that the light lit up over there. Don't want to be doing that. So there, it's taller. Taller for now. Okay, now we need to put that crossbar back on there. Oh, we got a lot to do. We got to put the power supply back on. Let's put the crossbar back on first, though. Crossbar, my crossbar goes on like this. Some people that don't have direct drive, this would be spun around. Direct drive is kind of nice because it goes straight down, so it doesn't take up more width in your room, which is a problem. Because I don't know if you guys have watched my videos, but I always have like a bunch of brawls in the corner. It's because it's behind a door. We think our 3D printer is a disgrace. Screwing these back into the pre-capped bars we just installed. This is super easy. Now you can get all kinds of kits like this. If you guys go on this is the Ender 3, not Pro, it's just a standard one. It's not the V2. You guys go on Ender 3 extension somewhere in the World Wide Web. Out there is kits you can buy to even make this taller yet. But as you get taller, all your cords are going to be too short at some point. And also, this is going to lean a little bit. And they have kits to go from here down to the back. But the thing I have a problem with is I can never print over 48 hours without having a problem with it sticking to the board or peeling up on the corner. So the taller you go, the longer it's going to be on the table. And the more chance it's not going to stick to the bed after 3 days of printing because you're printing 6 feet in the air. Some people are just drastic, I've seen. And with that thing moving with all that weight on there, it could be pushing down the springs as the item gets heavier and all that. And I just don't see anything higher than this. Maybe the next size up where you get the 6-inch. Really paying for itself because you're going to weight down that bed. It doesn't matter if you have BL Touch or not. As it gets taller, the bed's going to sag down. So we got that on there. We have to rehook up the direct drive kit, which you guys may not have that. Now I don't even know if it's going to reach, so I'm going to have to do something different here. I'm going to run it through here. I gained 4 inches. It didn't like it before. Alright, it's going to go through there. With my direct drive kit, they gave me an extension, which is kind of nice, but I got to reroute it so it comes through with the extruder comes through with all the other cables. Now we got to put on the power supply, which is pretty straightforward if you guys ever put it together the first time. And the power supply, we got 2 screws for that. Most likely we're going to need... I'm very happy that I have now an extra gear. I don't think it'll ever strip out under its own power. It's kind of nice having an extra gear, that gold thing at the top. So we're going to want to plug it back in to the board. And we're going to want to put it up here in the correct way, which is this way. And slide it right up against here. I'm going to finger tighten, or put it in with my finger. There we go. Got started in a little bit. Don't tighten it all the way, because how are you going to line up the bottom one if the thing doesn't want to move? Go ahead and put in your second one. I never tighten down my bolts until I know they all went in. And again, it's really nice having all this redone because everything went right into place. I did the math because I actually live next to where they make these, and you'd save almost $12 at the current moment. Prices like wood just went up like 300% for some reason at the time of this video. At the moment, you would save $12 by going to the store and doing this. But then you also have to have a tap set, the patience to cut everything perfect, and most likely when you cut these right here, you are going to scratch the crap out of this thing. So anyone that wants to make it in the video and say, oh, you can build these for $10 cheaper, go ahead. Yeah, you're going to scratch all that stuff. Okay, there we go. The video is probably going to end right here. And then later on, I will add to the video of how I actually figured out how to tell it to go up to 350. But at the current moment, I just need to get it out of the box and install it. Make sure it's all good. It's really strong. Feels just like it did. It's kind of nice now because when I pick it up, it's a little bit lower to the ground. It isn't up so high hitting my side. Sometimes I do carry it to my buddy's house and we print there. A lot of people say it's weaker. I don't see it any different than it originally was. I see it going up and down. We could plug in the printer and see if it going up all the way, what its problem is going down. Well, let's figure that out. Okay, we got my Ender 3 back to its secret location of where it always prints, which is out of everyone's way. Does look like a dump. Gonna turn it on for the first time. Obviously it's above the 250 original set. I'm gonna see if it just knows to bring itself all the way back down, or it'll say air because it's too high in the air, which I don't expect that to happen. Did notice cables get a little bit tighter. That's with the bed all the way back. So that ain't too bad. And I'm gonna see if this wire extends all the way down for direct drive. I don't think we're going to have an issue. I'm going to go to the settings. You guys can really see that. I'm going to go to Auto Home. I pushed it. It's doing its thing. If I do hear popping, oh crap. Oh, my bad. I am going to shut off the power real quick because sometimes when it hits this down here, it doesn't quite shut off. It starts popping. So everything's going down together. That's obviously not going to be a problem because it's actually going down with this. Having no problem with the screw with no grease on it right now. So it didn't mind going above and beyond its spot. Now I use Cura. I'm going to launch it in my background right now. And I'm not going to do a print right now because I think it'd take forever unless I made a circle. But in Cura, you can change it to 350, which is its new height. And I'll show you guys how to do that right after this thing goes down all the way. Now, I guess that's only one part of it. You still got to tell the software itself and the printer that it can go that high. I don't know why. I wish the printer or the Cura could just do it all. Now we're getting down there. Hopefully it doesn't do that popping sound. If it does that popping sound, that's nothing to do with the extension we just put on. It just does that every now and then. Oop, I accidentally just hit the screen button. Oh, I did it. I didn't even hear it click. There, it clicked. And the home point is perfect. I don't know if you guys can see that. I kind of got too many things. Far does this camera zoom in? Jesus. Yeah, it lined up perfect. Doesn't really show in there. So I'm going to show you through the camera because I don't feel like piecing together 50,000 videos. So this is my Cura. So open Cura. At the top you will find under Settings, at the current moment of making this video, Settings, Printer. You want to click on Settings, Printer, and go down to Manage Printers. Mine's the bottom one. There you go. That's what you're going to want to do. Click on that. Oh, you guys got to see how I'm holding this. Got a tripod that's like 3 foot long. So this brings it up here. There's also different ways to get here, but that's one of the ways I just showed you. Click on the printer you're using in case you got like 5 of them here. Click on the one you just extended, Machine Settings. And I've already adjusted mine, but right here, you adjusted your Z height, which is how high it is. And you can adjust that. It would say 250 if you guys just went in there. 250. And you're going to want to change that to 350. Which, to me, I wish it would just update the printer when you do that. But instead, it just updates your build. So if we go in here, let's see if we can... I don't know if I got anything that's that tall. Okay, I know what we can do. Let's put down that vent ring you just see. Let's spin it. Let's spin it like that. Let's then make it taller, but don't do uniform scaling. Let's go to Printer, Manage. Let's change it to 250, which is what it is before then. Before we just added that. Close it. It should be at 250. Now let's make the Z-axis 250. Actually, let's make it 248 so it doesn't scale it out. Okay. So, okay, we quit trying to slice it. Sorry, I got to shut off my slicer down there. That is max right now. So if we click on that again and change it to 251, it should not be able to print that. It should turn gray like that, if you guys can see that gray. So let's leave it just like that. Go under Settings, Printer, Manage Printer, Machine Settings. Now let's change that up to 350, which is our new height. It should say, hey, you can print that. Look at that. Now it's the normal yellow. I should be able to then change this clear up to, let's go 348 again. There we go. That is tall. I have no problem. I can slice it. Yeah, no problems there. Let's see if it'll do the exact 350. 350. I put on 350. Click outside. Yep, it does 350. So it will not do 350.1, will it? 0.1. No, blurs it right out. So that's basically doing your bed setup. Let's see what the slice is for building that. Just something simple. We're doing 4.4 nozzle, 20% infill. Running at a 70 with a skirt. Everything's pretty simple. 8 hours to print that. 8 hours. Pretty cheap to still print it though. So let's mark it down to 250. See how much time. 5 hours. 5.5 hours. 5, 6, 7. 2 hours. Adds 2 hours for the 4 inches. So you're gonna have a lot more height. Wish I could go bigger that way. But yeah, that's how you change it in Cura. But I'm gonna figure out Marlin and eventually I'll add it to this video. Thanks for watching.